Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's broadcast of the Epic Basketball League playoffs from the 1971-72 season. It is Game 4 of the best-of-5 series between the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks, and we are looking forward to this one. This series has been a slobber knocker, and it has been chippy between the Bulls and the Knicks. The Bulls were the favorites in this series, but New York managed to steal Game 2 in Chicago Stadium and win Game 3 at home. So in this best of 5, the Knicks are leading 2-1, and they can win it on their home floor here tonight to move on to the championship finals, where the Los Angeles Lakers are waiting. But the Bulls are determined to not let that happen. And this one is going to be intense here in Madison Square Garden as we say hello to Brandon Baker in the chat room. And we get things ready to roll from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. Taking a look at the Chicago starting lineups. It is the usual defensive duo in the backcourt for the Bulls, Norm Van Leer and Jerry Sloan. And of course, for Chicago, Chet Walker and Bob Love are your forwards, and they are the power behind the Bulls machine. Those two are the keys to victory for the Bulls. And of course, Tom Burwinkle, the big man inside, the veteran out of Tennessee, fine rebounder and passer. And the Bulls are raring to go here tonight in Madison Square Garden. They will face the Knicks with their regular starting lineup featuring Clyde the Glide, Frazier, Walt Frazier at the point guard, and Bill Bradley alongside in the backcourt. And they have a formidable set of forwards of their own in Jerry Lucas and Dave DeBusschere. And Luther Rackley getting the start inside down low tonight. New York, of course, famous for Willis Reed at the center position, but he was injured for much of 71-72 and has not been available for this playoff series. Of course, Reed would come back in 72-73 and help lead the Knicks to the NBA championship in that season. But 71-72 was the year of the Lakers, and the Lakers are waiting for the finals for the winner of this series, as the Bulls and Knicks are ready to jump it up. As we say, welcome to Tribe Fan 879, walking up the final flight of stairs to get to Madison Square Garden, the basketball arena, as the referee tosses the ball into the air, and it is Chicago winning the tip and taking control. Norm Van Leer at the helm for the Bulls offense. He's got the ball out at the free throw line extended, guarded by Frazier. He dumps it inside to Burwinkle, and Burwinkle is tied up and double teamed and forced to call a timeout. So already on the opening possession, this pesky New York Knicks defense is showing their stuff. Chet Walker to inbound, 11 seconds on the shot clock for Chicago. And the pass is going to go to Love. Love working on the baseline, 4 seconds to shoot. DeBusschere's all over him. The ball's poked away by Rackley. Can't gather it in. It's out of bounds to Chicago, but they've only got 1 second on the shot clock. They're going to have to do something quickly here. Van Leer at the top of the key sends it out to Sloan, and Sloan cannot get the shot off. And that is a shot clock violation on the opening possession of play. New York now takes possession, moving from left to right on your computer screen with Walt Frazier at the helm. He sends it to Bradley on the wing. Bradley guarded closely by Jerry Sloan. The shot from Bradley from the wing is good. Mid-range jump shot by Bill Bradley opens the scoring for the Knicks, and they go up 2-0. Back come the Bulls with Walker again on the baseline this time. Walker against DeBusschere, pulls the trigger and nails it.
Walker from Van Leer.
Nice fadeaway by Walker. Ties the game at 2. Here come the Knicks. They get it out to Bradley once again. He hit the first. This time he's got it poked away and stolen by Sloan. Sloan and Walker will run the floor. It's 2-on-2 for the Bulls on the break. Sloan dribbles to his right. Sloan in the wing sends it over to Walker, running the floor, and Walker lays it up and good.
Sloan.
4 quick points for Chet Walker. Bulls up 4-2. Knicks back on offense. This time it is Frazier. Looking to get into the lane. Steps around Van Leer. Gets into the paint. Drops it to Lucas. Lucas with the short jump shot. It's blocked. Bob Love got a piece of that one. Rackley takes the rebound on the offensive glass for New York. His putback attempt is off the rim. No good. But he is fouled on the play by Bob Love. And that will send Luther Rackley to the free throw line. Third-year man out of Xavier. But only a 58% free throw shooter on the season. He knocks down the first. Second shot by Rackley is off to the right. Rebound taken down by Burwinkle. Chicago with the basketball, still leading 4-3. Here's Van Leer out on top, looking to distribute. Fakes to his right, takes the jump shot, no good. But he was hit on the arm by Frazier. And that will be 2 free throws for Norm Van Leer. Van Leer hits the first. His first point of the night puts Chicago up 5-3. And Van Leer delivers on both. 6-3 now. Chicago doubling up the Knicks as Walt Frazier brings New York back to the offensive side. They've got it to DeBusschere on the baseline. DeBusschere working against Chet Walker, pulls the trigger, no good. Good defense by the Bulls on that play, and Burwinkle takes down the rebound for Chicago. Van Leer now gets it to Love on the baseline. Love with his first shot of the night. He leaves it short, and the rebound is taken by Rackley for New York. Back come the Knicks, still trailing by 3. Bradley's going to try again from the outside. As we've got a brief stoppage in play for Luther Rackley. He's hobbling back, but intends to stay in the ball game. Bradley now sends it to Frazier. Frazier works his way into the rim, into the lane, tries to dump it off to Lucas down low. It's stolen by Walker. Chicago's defense is starting off strong as the Bulls have taken the early lead. Here's Sloan from the outside working against Bradley. Sloan's going to bully his way into the paint. And now we've got another whistle and an injured player. This time it is Bill Bradley, who is forced to leave the game. Shaken up. He should return later. But for now, it will be Dick Barnett into the game at the shooting guard position. Still 12 on the shot clock for the Bulls. As Walker will inbound. Walker sends it in to Sloan, gets it back. Walker from the perimeter takes the jump shot. It's long, but he is fouled by DeBusschere, and that will send Chet Walker to the free throw line. Walker, a fine free throw shooter, connects on the first. Walker hits them both, and Chicago quickly out on top 8-3. The fans here in Madison Square Garden have just been getting into their seats, and already their team is down 8-3 as they look inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere in the key, works against Walker. Takes it to his left, lays it up and good. Nice little up and under move by DeBusschere to get the basket. The score is 8-5. Bulls with the lead and the basketball, 8.5 to play. As they go inside with it to Jerry Sloan. Sloan inside in the paint. His shot is off to the right, no good. He wanted a call but didn't get one. Quick outlet to Frazier in transition, and the Knicks will run. Frazier with Barnett and DeBusschere on the wings. They get it to Barnett on the left wing. He takes it into the lane. Layup no good. Rebound by DeBusschere, but he is called for the foul on the loose ball, and that is his second. That is a huge call for the Bulls, as DeBusschere is going to have to go to the bench with 2 fouls. He'll be replaced in there by Phil Jackson. One-shot opportunity for Jerry Sloan. He connects on that for his first point of the night. Chicago is up by 4, but more importantly, the Knicks have already lost 2 key players from their lineup in the first 4 minutes of action. Bradley going out with an injury. Looks like they're working on his left ankle. And DeBusschere now with the 2 fouls. Let's see what the Knicks can do on the offensive end. They've got it in the hands of Frazier. He's their distributor. He gets into the lane, takes the jump shot, no good. Lucas takes the offensive board. Lucas with the putback attempt, lays it off the glass and good.
Jerry Lucas.
Jerry Lucas, the former Ohio State Buckeye, with his first points of the ball game. And it is now 9-7, Chicago with the lead. As we say hello to Al, Red Sox fan, in the chat room. Welcome aboard, my man. We've got the ball in the hands of Burwinkle down low. His first touch on the offensive end. He's got a mismatch against Frazier coming off the screen. But Frazier pokes it away, and Phil Jackson picks up the steal for the Knicks. Both defenses looking good here in the early going. Jackson has it on the baseline, sends it back out on top to Frazier. 3 on the shot clock. Frazier's going to have to take the quick shot, and he cannot get it to go. Tipped around by Jackson, no good. Chet Walker comes out with the rebound for Chicago. Here come the Bulls the other way. They work it around. They get it inside to Burwinkle down low. Burwinkle, fighting the shot clock, cannot get one off. And that is a turnover for Chicago. New York with the basketball and a chance to tie the game as they trail 9-7. Frazier sends it down low to Phil Jackson working inside. Jackson works it down low against Walker. Gets the open look. Cannot get it to go, but he is fouled by Walker. And Phil Jackson will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Already a physical game in the first few minutes of action. It has been a physical series. Jackson hits the first free throw. Jackson misses the second. Rebound is tipped around, and Frazier comes out with it for New York. Knicks will get a fresh possession. Now we've got Barnett with it on the wing. Facing off against Jerry Sloan, a very stellar defender. Barnett brings it into the paint, tries to get it down low to Jackson, and that is stolen by Walker. Tough defense again by the Bulls, as the Bulls have the opportunity now in transition. Van Leer on the break, sends it to Walker in the center. Back over to Van Leer on the wing. Van Leer fakes, he drives, and he is called for the charge. Very nicely done in transition defense there by Dick Barnett to draw that charge on Van Leer and give the basketball back to New York. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. As Frazier has it out on top for the Knicks. Looking to take the lead. Frazier against Van Leer. He's going to pull up for the free throw line jump shot, and he drills it.
Walt Frazier.
First basket of the night for Frazier. New York now on top 10-9. Another closely played matchup between these two rivals. And this rivalry has gotten more intense with each passing game. Here's Chet Walker open on the wing. And he's got it poked away and stolen by Jackson. Another fine defensive play, this time by the Knicks. Gets possession again for the Knicks as they go inside to Lucas down low. Lucas has a mismatch on the switch. He scores.
Jerry
as
Lucas.
Rackley and Burwinkle do a little pushing and shoving on that rebound attempt inside. Lucas gets the basket, and the referees have to step in between Rackley and Burwinkle. No whistles were blown. Good officiating there to get rid of to cool down that situation. But I think these two teams are going to butt heads again before the game is over. Knicks now on top by 3 as Chicago's offense has gone quiet. They work it inside to Bob Love. Love inside and another steal. This one for Frazier, as New York's defense has come up now with 3 steals on the game. 3 steals also for Chicago. This one will be a defensive struggle. They look inside to Lucas. Lucas works against Burwinkle. His jump shot falls short, and Burwinkle takes the rebound. Here's a 3-on-2 opportunity for the Bulls going the other way with Sloan. He's got Walker and Love. Sloan dribbles up the center of the court. Drops it off to Love on the left baseline. His shot is no good. Frazier comes out of there with the rebound. Nice transition defense by the Knicks. gains them another possession. Now under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. It's in the hands of Barnett on the wing. Free throw line extended. Slashes to the hoop. And Love tied him up, and that'll be a jump ball. Another stellar defensive effort by the Bulls that time. And with 7 seconds on the shot clock, we'll have a jump ball. And it is controlled by Chicago. Chicago with the basketball headed the other way. With Van Leer at the point, he sends it down inside to Walker. Walker works his way into the paint. Over Jackson, gets the shot up and good.
Walker from Boerwinkle.
Walker with 8 of Chicago's 11 points to start things off here in the first. And that breaks a scoring drought about 3 minutes since Chicago's last points. New York still has a 1-point lead and the basketball as Frazier sets up the offense, sending it over to Barnett on the wing once again. Barnett guarded closely by Sloan. And he is going to try and get inside. He steps, he fakes, he drives, he shoots, he scores. New York up on top now, 14-11. And as we close in on the 4-minute mark, that is when our substitutions will come into the game. Here's Chet Walker on the baseline. Loses the ball, gets it back, takes the shot over Jackson
Walker
and scores
from
it.
Van Leer.
And quickly, Walker with 10 points. Already a double-digit night for Chet Walker here in the first quarter. And 14-13 is your score. New York comes back on offense with Frazier. Frazier looks inside to Jackson. They get it to Lucas, over to Rackley. Rackley from 15 feet out. That's not his spot. And he missed that one badly. Rebound taken by Boerwinkle. Here's a quick outlet to Van Leer. Bulls in transition again. They've got the numbers 3-on-2. Walker's got it on the baseline, sends it to Love under the basket, and his shot is blocked. Very nice transition defense by Lucas to swat that one away. Back the other way we come with Frazier. Frazier's got Barnett and Jackson on his flanks. Frazier takes it down the center of the court, lays it up around the rim, no good. And Chet Walker takes the rebound for Chicago. Walker will slow things down as both teams were unable to convert on fast break opportunities in a wild flurry of action. They send it out to Love on the baseline. His baseline jump shot is too strong, and the rebound is taken out of there by Lucas for New York. Here's another transition opportunity with a quick outlet to Frazier. Frazier to Barnett on the wing. Barnett down the left side. Gets it back to Frazier in the middle. Frazier lays it up and good. And a whistle and a foul on the play. That's going to go against Jerry Sloan. And Frazier will go to the line. And with 4:11 to play in the first, we're going to see substitutions. It will be the backcourt backups of Bob Weiss and Jimmy King. Jackie Dinkins into the game along with Howard Porter and Clifford Ray for Chicago. And for New York, Frazier remains in the game. Bill Bradley will return into the game, along with Charlie Paulk and Fillmore. And let's see if we can get Eddie Miles into the game. Well, try that again. Eddie Miles will come into the game at the small forward. Actually, I think we can use Bradley at the small forward. So we'll put. All right, excuse me while I screw things up. Bradley comes in at the 3 and Miles at the 2. There we go. And when Frazier completes his free throw at the next dead ball, Dean Meminger will come into the game to run the point. So please forgive my slowness in getting that done as Frazier converts the free throw, and that gives New York a 17-13 lead, their largest of the night. Chicago with the basketball now in the hands of the second unit. Open on the wing is Howard Porter. Porter from the baseline takes the jump, cannot get the jump shot off. He's got to call timeout. And Chicago coach Dick Motta will draw up a play here with 12 on the shot clock. Jackie Dinkins to inbound. Sends it to Porter on the baseline. Porter's baseline jump shot is too strong, but he is fouled on the play by Charlie Polk, and that will send Howard Porter to the line for a pair of free throws. Porter connects on the first, and the horn sounds, and Dean Meminger comes into the game at the point guard for New York. So all of the second units are in, and they will stay in until about the 8-minute mark in the second period. Porter missed the second free throw, and the rebound is taken for the Knicks by Charlie Polk. Back come the Knicks on offense. They get it inside to Polk, working down low against Porter. Polk fakes left, turns right, shoots high off the backboard and through.
Charlie Polk.
Charlie Polk with the basket for the Knicks. Fourth-year man out of Northeastern State. New York now up by 5, 19-14, as Bob Weiss brings the Bulls offense back the other way. They get it on the wing to Jackie Dinkins. Dinkins looking inside to Porter. Porter from the low block has his shot swatted away by Polk, and Clifford Ray comes out with the rebound for Chicago. Ray, one of the premier rebounders, especially on the offensive game that we have seen. Ray with a putback attempt from in close, and it's no good. Off the glass, around the rim and out, and Polk takes the rebound for New York. Knicks look to extend the lead with another possession, as they work it inside this time to Greg Fillmore, the backup center. Fillmore, a tough matchup against Ray.
Greg Fillmore.
But Fillmore goes to the left hand and slams it home. Nice drop step there by Fillmore to convert, and New York is quickly out on top by 7. The second unit for the Knicks is getting work done here in the first quarter. Inside they go to Ray. Ray works his way into the lane, lays it up off the glass, again no good, but a foul is called on Fillmore, and that will send Clifford Ray to the line for 2 free throws. Ray was not a good free throw shooter, and he misses the first. The second shot by Ray is good. That brings Chicago back to within 6, 21-15, now under 3 minutes to play in the first period. New York with the basketball. Meminger calls a play. They run the offense over to Eddie Miles on the wing. Miles working against Jimmy King, and King stole it. Jimmy King reached in there and stole it, and that's another possession for Chicago. Their 4th steal of the night. They work it inside to Jackie Dinkins. Dinkins works down low against Bradley. His shot from 10 feet circles the rim and falls out. Charlie Polk with a strong rebound, but he came down with it and traveled. That's a turnover, and will stay at this end of the court for another possession for the Bulls. Bulls on offense behind Weiss, guarded tightly by Dean Meminger. Weiss dribbles left, comes off a screen, dumps it inside to Porter, and Porter with the mid-range jumper
Weiss
connects. 21-17 is your score now, as Porter records 2 points for the Bulls. And New York comes back the other way to the offense. Meminger has it out on top. Comes off the screen. Clifford Ray's all over him on the switch. He's going to try and get it over to Bradley on the wing. Bradley's got an open look from the perimeter, and he left it short. Around the rim and out. Polk takes the rebound off the offensive glass for New York and sends it back out to Meminger for another 24-second shot clock. Meminger now sends it over to Bradley on the outside. Bradley's going to pull the trigger again. Loses it, gets it back, takes the jump shot, and drills it. And he's fouled on the play by Dinkins.
Scores from Fillmore.
Nice shot by Bradley. He's got 4 on the night now and looking to go to the 5th point of the night if he can hit the free throw. And he connects. 5 points now for Bradley. New York leads by 7, 24-17. as Chicago comes back the other way. Just over a minute and a half to play first quarter. Here's Jackie Dinkins with it down low. Dinkins tries to weasel his way into the lane against Bradley. Goes to the left hand, lays it up and good.
From Weiss.
Nice little setup there by Bob Weiss. Got Dinkins open for the basket. It's now 24-19. New York with the lead and the basketball. They've got it in the hands of Meminger. Weiss is all over him. Meminger tries to get into the lane. Gets into the paint and has it stolen away by Weiss. Good team defense there by Chicago. Weiss has the opportunity in transition, dribbling down the center of the floor. Sends it to Dinkins on the left wing. Back over to King across court. Inside to Weiss. Weiss lays it up and good.
Weiss, from Dinkins.
Good ball movement by the Bulls on that fast break. They are within 3. 24-21 is your score as we enter the final minute of play here in the first quarter. Once again, the Knicks look to Bradley from the outside. Bradley missed that one off to the left, but drew the foul on Dinkins, and that will send Bradley to the line for 2 free throws. Bradley hits the first. Lines up the second. It's good. 7 points on the night now for Bill Bradley to lead the Knicks. New York up by 5, 26-21. As Weiss sets up the offense for the Bulls. They get it over on the wing to Jimmy King. 15 on the shot clock. King's got an open look. His jump shot from the perimeter is good. Nice looking stroke by King to put that one home and pull Chicago back to within 3. 50 seconds to play now in the quarter. 15 on the shot clock. They run an isolation play down low to Fillmore, backing down against Ray. Can he get a shot off? He turns to his right. He fires, and it's around the rim and out. Rebound is kicked out of bounds. Possession will go to Chicago with 37 seconds left in the period. Weiss sets the offense, calls a play. They send it in down low to Clifford Ray. Ray works inside against Fillmore. Turns to his left. His little layup is up and good.
Ray, from Weiss.
3 points on the night now for Clifford Ray, and it's a 1-point game with 21 seconds to play in the quarter. And the shot clock has been turned off. New York looks like they want to hold for the final shot. Meminger from the outside sends it to Bradley. He would be their go-to guy for this unit. Bradley tries to get down to the right-hand side of the lane. His shot is up, and it is swatted out of there by Jimmy King, and that will end the first quarter. So a defensive struggle here in the first quarter as we go to the box score. Chicago managed to shoot 50% on the quarter, but turned the ball over 4 times. Chet Walker led the Bulls, led all scorers with 10 as they got off to a quick start. New York battled back, and at the end of the period, it is a 1-point game. Bill Bradley led the Knicks with 7 in that first period. 6 for Jerry Lucas. New York dominated the rebounding, 14-8. 4 rebounds for Charlie Polk coming in off the bench. All right, we are ready to return to action in the second quarter. And at halftime, we will have an update from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. So we will stick with the second unit for Chicago. Dinkins has the 2 fouls, but they'll leave him out there. For New York, they're going to bring let's see, Frazier and Barnett were your starters along with DeBusschere, Lucas, and Rackley. No, Frazier and Bradley were your starters. So they will bring Phil Jackson back in to play the 3 with DeBusschere in the foul trouble. And that will get their rotations back in good shape. All right, we are ready for action here in the second quarter. New York with a 1-point lead as the jump ball is in the air, and it is controlled again by Chicago. Bulls looking to take the lead as they send it inside to Porter down low. Porter scored 5 in the first quarter. His running one-hander is no good this time, and Phil Jackson takes the rebound for New York. Memminger brings the Knicks back the other way and sends it down low to Charlie Polk. Polk working hard down low against Porter. Polk steps to his right, lays
Charlie
it up off
Paul
the glass and good.
from Miles.
Nice inside post move by Polk. Puts New York back on top by 3. Bulls with the basketball in the hands of Dinkins. Dinkins dumps it back out to King on the perimeter and is stolen away by Miles. Miles got into the passing lane, and the Knicks have an opportunity to run. Memminger leads the break. Gets it over to Miles on his left. Miles streaks in down the left-hand side of the court, lays
Eddie
it up
Miles.
and good. So Miles gets the steal, and he gets the finish. That puts New York back on top by 5, 30-25. With it for Chicago now inside is Dinkins, working against Jackson. Tries to get it back out to Weiss at the top of the circle. Weiss collides with Fillmore, steps around Memminger, gets into the lane. His layup is no good, but we are going to have a whistle and a foul on Fillmore. And that will send Bob Weiss to the line for 2 free throws. Weiss had a very steady career as a point guard. Excellent game manager, if you will. Went on to a successful head coaching career in the NBA as well, as Weiss hits both free throws. And that pulls Chicago back to within 3. Bulls and Knicks keeping it close here. A little bit of chippiness early on in this one, but both teams have settled down and are really focused on trying to gain control of this ball game. New York wants to win here at home and go to the finals. Chicago wants to take the victory and force a Game 5 series finale back in Chicago if they can steal this one tonight. New York sets up the offense. They run it over to Eddie Miles. Miles on the perimeter is going to take the jump shot, and it's off to the left, no good. Didn't get a good look. Well defended by Jimmy King on that play, and Clifford Ray comes out with the rebound for Chicago. Quick outlet pass to Bob Weiss, and Chicago wants to try their luck in transition. It's 2-on-2 as Weiss dribbles to his left. Cross court to King. King drives the baseline, cannot get the shot to go, but he is fouled on the play by Jackson. And that will send Jimmy King to the line for 2 free throws. Aggressive play by Chicago to push the tempo on that occasion. And they get rewarded with a trip to the line for Jim King. King converts the first for his first point of the night. King misses the second. And Charlie Polk takes the rebound for New York. Knicks have the basketball in a 2-point lead, 30-28. Running the offense now down low to Fillmore. Fillmore working against Clifford Ray. Bodies banging inside. Fillmore leaves the shot short. But Memminger sneaks in there for the rebound and dribbles back out to the top of the key. Hands it over to Eddie Miles. Miles looks to distribute. They get it to Jackson on the wing. 15 on the shot clock. Jackson working against Dinkins. A little bit out of his range on that jump shot. It's around the rim and out. And on the rebound, we have a whistle and a loose ball foul, and that goes against Charlie Polk from the Knicks. Little scrum in there for the rebound, and Polk bumped Weiss out of the way to grab that rebound. And it will be Weiss who gets one free throw for Chicago. Weiss converts that one. He's got 5 points now on the night. And once again, it is a 1-point game. New York 30, Chicago 29. New York with the basketball, 10:32 to play in the second quarter. Open inside is Polk. Working against Howard Porter down low. Polk in the lane. Turns and fires, no good. Polk gets his own rebound. Polk with the putback attempt, and it is swatted and stolen away by Porter. Ray comes out of there with the rebound. And this time Chicago will have to walk it up the court. Knicks quick to get back in transition defense. and it will be Weiss setting up the offense with 10:15 to play for the Bulls. Weiss working against Memminger. Gets the screen, gets the open look, but left it short. The rebound is kicked around out of bounds, and possession will go back to the Knicks. Knicks still up by 1, 30-29. As they look inside to Fillmore down low. Fillmore on the block. Posting up Ray. Flips up the shot, no good. Ray takes the rebound. And now this time Chicago has 3-on-1. 3-on-1 numbers going the other way with Weiss. Dribbling to his right. Sending it over to Jackie Dinkins on the baseline. Dinkins missed the layup. But he was fouled by Jackson on the play. And Jackie Dinkins will go to the line for 2 free throws. Dinkins not a good free throw shooter, only 55%. But he gets the first one to go, and we are tied at 30. Dinkins missed the second, but Clifford Ray comes out of there with the offensive rebound. Ray with a putback attempt. Tries to pass it back, couldn't get the shot off. Tried to pass it back out to the top of the key, and it's stolen away for New York by Dean Memminger. We are tied at 30. As the Knicks are back on offense. Phil Jackson with it on the inside, working against Dinkins. Jackson goes to his left, dribbles, shoots, and scores.
Phil Jackson from Memminger.
First field goal of the night for Phil Jackson puts New York back on top by 2, 32-30. As the ball is now in the hands of Jimmy King on the perimeter for Chicago. King's going to try to get it into the lane. He ball fakes. He gets into the lane. He shoots and misses. Charlie Polk made him alter the shot. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle and a loose ball foul. That is going to go against New York. They call that one on Fillmore. And once again, Bobby Weiss will go to the line for a free throw. That's the second time here that Weiss has gotten into the mix on the rebound and managed to get himself fouled. And again, he strokes the free throw. He's got 6 points, and once again, we have a 1-point game. And still with 9.5 minutes to play in the second quarter, Chicago has already made it to the bonus. That will be huge for the Bulls. As we say hello in the chat room to Captain Carl. Top of the evening to you, my friend. New York leads by 1 and has the basketball. 9:28 to play in the second quarter. The backups are in. Dean Memminger sets up the offense and sends it inside to Jackson. Jackson in with the tall trees. Can he get the shot off? He double pumps. His shot is off the rim, no good. Rebound taken for Chicago by Clifford Ray. Here's another transition opportunity as the quick outlet goes to Weiss. Weiss gets it to King, speeding down the right-hand side of the court. Sends it back inside to Weiss. And Weiss is called for the offensive foul. Good transition defense by New York on that opportunity. And that is another turnover. Back into the game comes Chet Walker. As Dinkins is showing some signs of fatigue. Action continues for the Knicks on offense. They get it inside to Polk. Polk working down low against Porter. And that ball is slapped away and stolen by Bob Weiss. Weiss continues to do some good things for the Bulls. And this time he earns another possession for his team. Ball goes over to King on the perimeter. King's got an open look from 15 feet out. His shot is off the rim, no good. King gets his own rebound and passes it back out to Weiss. The Bulls will get a fresh 24. Now they look inside to Porter. Ooh, Porter wide open inside. Dribbles to his left, shoots, and scores.
Porter from
A little
Weiss.
bit of a defensive mix-up after the loose ball and the rebound. And that enabled Weiss to find Porter wide open inside for the easy layup. Chicago now back on top, 33-32. Another close ball game here in Madison Square Garden with Game 4 of the playoffs underway. Phil Jackson with it on the perimeter. No place to go. He takes a look at a baseline jump shot. That's no good. and Ray takes another rebound for Chicago. He's got 8 already here in the first half. And once again, the Bulls want to run. Weiss with the fast break opportunity, dribbling to his left. Takes it to the lane, shoots, misses, no good. And the rebound taken out of there by Meminger for New York. Now the Knicks have numbers going the other way. Gotten a little wild here in the second quarter. Miles has it, sends it over to Jackson on the wing. Jackson drives the baseline, no good. Polk takes the rebound for Chicago. Polk with the putback attempt. Gets swatted away by Porter. What wild action we're seeing at both ends of the court. Here's another outlet to Weiss. Chicago wants to run. It's 3-on-1. Eddie Miles all by himself on defense. As Chet Walker sends it to Weiss, Weiss lays it up and good.
Weiss, from Walker.
8 points, 4 assists for Bob Weiss off the bench has been a spark for Chicago. The Bulls are now on top by 3. 8:12 to play in the second quarter as the starters prepare to return to action. Knicks get it inside to Fillmore on the low block. His shot is no good. Polk takes another offensive rebound for New York. Polk with the putback attempt. That's no good. Battle for the rebound. Polk snatches that one away. Polk with another attempt at a putback, and he
Charlie
scores.
Polk.
It took him 3 tries, but Charlie Polk gets the basket. And New York is back to within 1 point. And with that scrum, we're going to have a timeout on the floor as both these teams are sucking wind now. And we're going to see the starters come back in for both sides. All 10 starters back onto the floor as the battle continues with Chicago leading by 1. And Chicago has possession of the basketball with 7:53 left before halftime. Van Leer has it on the outside. Comes off a screen. Has an open look at a jump shot. Instead, passes up the shot, sends it over to Sloan on the wing, and Sloan hits the jump shot from the perimeter. Give the assist to Van Leer on that play. As Chicago now goes back on top by 3. Here comes Frazier and the Knicks. They go inside looking for Jerry Lucas down low. Lucas on the low block. Tries to get the shot off. It's tipped away by Love and stolen. Loose ball on the floor. Somehow Van Leer comes up with it for Chicago, and the Bulls will go the other way. Bulls in possession with Van Leer at the helm. Van Leer to Walker, and through the pass behind him and out of bounds for the turnover. Possession goes back to New York, still trailing by 3 now. 7 minutes to play, second quarter. New York with the basketball. Frazier looks to start up the offense. They go down low to Rackley. Rackley in the lane, working against Burwinkle. Double pumps, gets a good look, gets a good shot, but it falls off the rim, no good. And Burwinkle takes the rebound for Chicago. Knicks shooting only 35% for the game, and that is not going to get things done. They've got those 11 offensive rebounds that are enabling them to keep it close. But Chicago is much more efficient on their side of the offense as they get it inside to Walker. Walker had 10 in the first quarter. Here's his first shot of the second period. It's off the back iron, no good, but he is fouled on the play by Lucas. Chicago in the bonus. That will send Walker to the free throw line for 2 plus the bonus. Walker hits the first. Walker misses the second, but he'll get the bonus here. And he connects on that one to put Chicago up by 5. 39-34 is the score. 6:37 to play before halftime. Frazier with the basketball for New York. They go to Bradley on the wing. Bradley hit a couple of these outside shots in the first quarter, and he nails another one
Bill
from 15
Bradley
feet out.
From Lucas.
9 points now for Bradley. He leads the Knicks. New York back to within 3. Van Leer calls the offensive play for Chicago. As New York tightens down on the defense, they look to DeBusschere. They can't. They look to Walker. He's all over guarded by DeBusschere. Walker takes the perimeter jump shot and misses, but he is fouled on the play by DeBusschere, and that is his third. And that was a very bad foul by DeBusschere. As you never want to foul the jump shooter. And that will send Walker back to the free throw line. Once again, Bulls in the bonus. He'll get the 3 to make 2. Walker makes the first. And the horn sounds, and back into the game comes Dick Barnett to replace DeBusschere as DeBusschere goes back to the bench with the foul trouble. This time Walker connects on the second free throw. He's got 14 points to lead all scorers, and Chicago is now up by 5, 41-36, midway through the second quarter. They get it to Bradley on the outside now, working from the small forward position against Walker. Bradley with another deep jump shot and another basket. Bradley's now got 11. He is single-handedly keeping the Knicks close as it remains a 3-point game. Bulls back on the offense. Yes, we've got a pause in the action here. As we have got a freeze in the game. It's been known to happen on occasion. And we may have to restart things here and hope that this game's pretty good about auto-saving. So we should be able to kind of pick up where we left off if we end up having to restart the game. And it doesn't look like this blue spinning circle of death is going anywhere. So let's try a restart. We'll try one time to wait for the program to respond. And it responds by the spinning blue circle of death. This time we will close things down. And we'll try again. Let's see. We go here, we go here, we go here. Play, resume saved game. Please let there be a saved game here to resume. What is the date today? It is 5/10/21. I don't know whether to go to the game or to the previous play. We'll go to this one and see what happens. As Captain Carl helps us out with a timeout due to technical difficulties, please stand by. Beep. And let's see if this takes us back to action. Yes, indeed. All right, we are back. And it looks like Chicago has the basketball. 5:48 to play in the second period. Chicago leading by 3. That looks about right. So kudos to Dave Cook and the Action PC Sports Game Network as we're able to get the action going once again. Oh no. Okay, this time that was a moment of trepidation. The lights have gone off in the arena and now have come back on. As Van Leer misses a shot, Burwinkle takes the offensive rebound. And Burwinkle misses the shot, no good. He takes his own rebound again. Burwinkle with another shot. He pump fakes, he shoots, he misses again. Cannot get it to go. Burwinkle with a third opportunity. Burwinkle with a short jump shot is good.
Burwinkle.
How about that effort by Burwinkle? He took 3 tries at it before he got it to go, and he responds with his first basket of the night. Chicago up 43-38. I got to say, Tribe fan, I am a big enough wrestling fan that when the lights go off in the arena, you know something bad is going to happen. Last time the lights went off in the arena, it was on AEW, and my new favorite wrestler, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, was in the ring with his new faction called the Pinnacle, and the Pinnacle beat the daylights out of Chris Jericho and his inner circle in one of the best wrestling angles of the year so far. So, yeah, whenever the lights go off in the arena, you know something exciting is going to happen. And in this case, the excitement was provided by Tom Burwinkle with 3 offensive rebounds and 1 for 3 on the putback attempts to put the Bulls up by 5. Now, 5:26 to play as we get back to action. Don't get me started on wrestling or I'll be talking all night. Frazier with the basketball out on top. Working against Van Leer. Frazier's going to try and get into the lane. Top of the key. Penetrates. Throws a bad pass, and it's stolen by Sloan. 3-on-2 come the Bulls the other way. It's a bust out. It's Sloan on the wing. Dribbles, sends it over to Walker inside, and Walker is fouled by Frazier. Probably a smart foul by Frazier to prevent the easy basket. But the Bulls are in the bonus, and that will be 2 free throws for Chet Walker. And the first free throw is up and good. Walker hits them both. He is dominating this game pretty much single-handedly. He's got 16 points, and believe it or not, Bob Love is yet to score. Chet Walker with 16. Chicago up by 7, their biggest lead of the game, 45-38 now, 5 minutes to play in the second period. New York needs to make something happen on offense. They've got Frazier out on top. He comes off the screen. He's got an open look over Love, but he misses the jump shot, and Sloan takes the rebound. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle and a loose ball foul, and that is going to go against Frazier. And that is number 3 on Frazier. That will send Tom Burwinkle to the line for Chicago. But more importantly, Frazier is going to have to go to the bench in foul trouble. Things are going from bad to worse here for New York in this second period, as Frazier leaves and he'll be replaced by the third stringer, Mike Price. Mike Price, the second-year man out of Illinois, comes in to replace Frazier. So we've got Frazier sitting out with 3 fouls, DeBusschere out with 3 fouls. And New York already trailing by 8. As Burwinkle looks to hit the second free throw, he hits it, and that puts Chicago up by 9, 47-38. The Bulls on top, and things are looking bad here in the first half for New York. Mike Price now runs the offense, sends it to Lucas on the perimeter. Lucas with the outside jump shot, fakes the shot, gets into the lane, puts the shot up, no good. Lucas takes his own rebound. Lucas with the putback attempt tries to cannot get the shot off, sends it back out to the top of the key. Norm Van Leer steps into the free throw, into the passing lane, and steals that one for Chicago. Bulls looking to take a double-digit lead. They get it inside to Walker. He's the hot hand. His short jump shot is good.
Walker.
And Chicago now is on top by 11, 49-38. The Bulls are on a run here in the second period, and it is Chet Walker who is doing the damage. And on the other end, here is another turnover as Price throws a wild pass in the direction of Bill Bradley, and that bounces out of bounds. Basketball goes back to Chicago. Bulls are opening up a big lead here in the second quarter. It's too soon to say this one's over, but the Bulls have taken control here. They get it inside to Love. Love with his first opportunity and has it stolen by Lucas. Lucas tipped it away. It's taken out of there by Walker. Walker sends it back out to Van Leer. Still 12 on the shot clock. Sloan's got it inside against Lucas. He's got no place to go. He's going to look for Love on the baseline. Love from the outside. He scores it.
Love, from Sloan.
Love finally gets his first basket of the night, and if the Bulls get him going, they may run away with this one. Love hits the jump shot. Words being exchanged between Jerry Sloan and Luther Rackley. Jerry Sloan undersized in that matchup, but he don't back down from nobody. New York comes back to the offense. Price from the top of the key. Again, loses it out of bounds. That's another turnover. Ball goes back over to Chicago. And the Knicks coach, Red Holtzman, is not at all happy with the performance of his team here in the second quarter. Chicago gets it inside to Love. Working against Lucas. Turns and fires. And hits another one.
Love, from Van Leer.
Bob Love getting it going here. And Chicago goes up by 15. 53-38. Price gets it down low to Rackley. Rackley leaves his short jump shot off the glass, no good. And the rebound taken by Burwinkle for Chicago. Another possession for the Bulls. They've got it to Sloan on the outside. Sloan looking to the baseline to Love. Love's got the hot hand. He spins. He drives. He shoots from the baseline and he scores.
Van Leer, from Love.
Actually, he dumped that one off to Van Leer, and Van Leer laid it up and good. As the animations got ahead of the text once again. But it is Bob Love quickly with 4 points and an assist, and Chicago's opened up a 17-point lead. You thought that baseball game in RJL's chat room got out of hand? Chicago is looking to outdo even the St. Louis Cardinals tonight with this effort. Here's Bradley getting loose for a jump shot for New York, and it's deflected away and stolen by Walker. Another steal for the Bulls and another offensive opportunity. Once again, they've got Love open on the baseline. Chicago on a 14-0 run. Love gets inside. His layup is no good. Sloan gets the offensive rebound and kicks it back out to Van Leer. Big run here by the Bulls, and they've opened up a huge lead. Another possession for the Bulls. They get it into the hands of Sloan on the outside. Sloan's going to look inside to Love on the low block. Love shoots over Lucas. No good. Finally, Luther Rackley with the rebound for New York. New York gets the stop. Can they do something here on the offensive end? The open man for the Knicks is Lucas. Lucas attacks the rim, and he's called for the charge. My goodness, nothing going right here for the Knicks in the second quarter. We're down to 2 minutes to play before halftime, and Chicago is on top by 17, 55-38. New York now up to 14 turnovers and shooting only 36% from the floor. It has been an awful night for the Knicks on offense. 2 of their key players on the bench in foul trouble, and Chicago running away with this one here early. Here's a pass inside to Burwinkle. Over to Van Leer. Pump fake. Jump shot is blocked by Rackley. Burwinkle comes out with a rebound. Burwinkle with another putback attempt. And this time he throws it away. Stripped away and stolen by Barnett. New York with an opportunity in transition. They've got the numbers 4 on 3. Barnett takes it coast to coast. Dribbles to his left. Gets into the lane. Loses the ball. Picks it up. His shot is no good, but he is fouled on the play by Van Leer. And it will be Dick Barnett going to the free throw line for a pair of free throws. See if he can't finally break the scoreless drought for his team. He hits the first free throw, and that breaks the scoring drought. His first point of the night. Barnett hits them both, but the score is still a 15-point difference. Chicago 55, New York 40. Under 2 minutes to play here before halftime. Chicago calmly sets the offense. Van Leer's got the ball out on top. Has it tipped away and stolen by Rackley as he tried to get it inside to Burwinkle. New York will walk the ball up the other way. They've got Rackley open inside for a shot. He takes it in and scores over
Luther
Burwinkle.
Rackley
He
from
slammed that
press.
one down home, showing some frustration. As the Knicks are playing very sloppy basketball here in the first half of Madison Square Garden. Color commentary provided by Captain Carl on that possession. And I do thank you for that, my friend. The lead is 13, 55-42. A minute 19 to play before halftime. Chicago setting up the offense. They're going to run it again through Sloan. Sloan's going to bully his way into the lane. He's cut off by Lucas. His baseline jump shot is no good. Love with the offensive rebound for Chicago. And Love with the putback attempt is good.
Love.
Believe it or not, that's the first rebound on the night for Bob Love. Very quiet first quarter for Love, but here in the second, he has got 6 points in that rebound. And he has been the spark that has helped Chicago get out on top to this big lead, 57-42, as we enter the final minute of the second quarter. With it on the outside is Price, 12 on the shot clock. Price takes it into the lane, tries to dump it off to Jerry Lucas. He turned it over. Boy, they really need Frazier to get back into the ball game in the second half because Price has just been a disaster trying to fill those minutes with Frazier in foul trouble. You lose Frazier, you lose DeBusschere, and you look up and you're down by 15. Chicago with the basketball now, Van Leer looking to set the offense. We've got 34 on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock. Pass goes inside to Burwinkle. Burwinkle with his back to the basket. Turns right, shoots, and scores.
Burwinkle from Van Leer.
Nice little finesse move there by Burwinkle. And that puts Chicago up 59-42. 29 on the game clock. New York's going to have to find a shot here. They get it down low to Rackley. Rackley inside with a shot against Burwinkle. He scores that one.
Luther Rackley.
Nice little spark from Rackley. And with 15 seconds to play, the lead once again is 15. Chicago 59, New York 44. Bulls will hold for the last shot of the half. Inside they go to Burwinkle, back out to Van Leer. Bounce pass into Walker is kicked away and out of bounds, and that will end the half. Your halftime score is a 15-point game. Chicago 59, New York 44. Knicks are going to have to try and take better care of the basketball and stay out of foul trouble, as that second quarter was a 34-18 trouncing that Chicago put on the Knicks. Once again, your leading scorer for the Bulls is Chet Walker with 18 to go along with 3 steals and 3 rebounds. Burwinkle with 6 points and already 10 rebounds on the game. Another 8 rebounds for Clifford Ray. Boy, those Bulls could rebound. They controlled the boards by a slim margin. But the big difference there was the turnovers. 15 turnovers by the Knicks, combined with only a 38% shooting percentage, as New York manages only 44 points. And they have a big deficit here coming into the second half. In that second quarter, it was Chet Walker with 8, Bob Love with 6 points, 6 for Weiss, 6 for Burwinkle. Very solid contributions from everybody on the Chicago team. Nobody from New York managed more than 4 points in that period. So back we go to the third quarter of action. Chicago will send their starters out. New York will do the same, but they're going to have to be very careful to stay out of foul trouble. As the referee throws up the opening tip for the second half, and it is controlled this time by the Knicks. Frazier out on top. Looks inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere working against Walker. Gets into the paint. His short jump shot is off the rim, no good. DeBusschere takes his own rebound. DeBusschere with the putback, and it's good.
Dave DeBusschere.
First basket of the night for DeBusschere after fighting foul trouble all through the first half. As we welcome D. Scott Howard to the chat room. What day is it? I'm confused. Oh, it's Monday night, and we are on the channel with some basketball. I was not able to get basketball up the last 2 Fridays because of some family stuff going on, but I'm taking some time off this week, and so decided to jump on for a Monday night broadcast, and I'll be able to sleep in tomorrow morning and sleep that one off. Oh, I forgot to give the channel updates for halftime. I will probably be back on the channel on Friday night with the regularly scheduled Epic Basketball League action as life returns to normal this week. My wife was off work this past Friday night, so we had a little dinner date instead of YouTubing. But she will be back at work this week, and I will be back on the channel Friday night with action from the Epic Basketball League. If Chicago holds on to this lead, and it looks like they will, that will force a decisive Game 5 in this series, and that would be Friday night here on the channel. Somehow, if New York comes from behind and takes this victory, that would put New York into the finals, and we'll see Game 1 of the finals on Friday night. So either way, you're going to see the New York Knicks in action on Friday night. If they win here, they move to the finals and take on Los Angeles. If they lose here and this series goes to a Game 5, it will be the Bulls and the Knicks squaring off on Friday night for the series finale. So that is your update. Had some good wrestling on the channel yesterday. I don't have the schedule set up for wrestling, but I will have the wrestling schedule set up for Friday night, and probably I'll have some wrestling on the channel on Saturday. That announcement will come on Friday night. So those are your channel updates. It's now a 13-point game as the Knicks try to climb back into contention here. But Chicago has the basketball early in the third quarter with their first possession in the quarter. They go inside to Burwinkle. Burwinkle with the fall away over Rackley, and he drains it. Burwinkle not a huge scorer, but he's got 8 to go with 10 rebounds. Chicago back on top by 15. Knicks come back the other way with Frazier. Thought about driving, thought better of it, as he's already got the 3 fouls and he doesn't want to commit the charge. Instead, he goes inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere working against Walker down low. His short jump shot is off the iron, no good. And Burwinkle with another rebound for Chicago. Bulls back the other way, trying to beat the press as they look inside to Love. Love's got it down low, working against Lucas, gets into the paint, lays it up, and scores.
Love, from Burwinkle.
8 points for Love. He had a quiet first quarter, but came on in the second, and now he's got 8 as we say hello to Zalapsky Smurf. Greetings, Epic League denizens. I believe that's the first we've heard from Mr. Z in the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. We welcome you, sir, to tonight's ball game. Chicago now up by 17, 63-46, their biggest lead of the night. New York looking to get back into this one. They get it out on top to Frazier. Frazier's going to have to shoot the perimeter jump shot. We've got a whistle, and Frazier traveled. It has been a struggle for Walt Frazier here tonight with foul trouble and now with a turnover. And Chicago takes another possession, looking to extend this enormous lead. Van Leer sends it down low to Burwinkle, gets it back, tries to get into the lane, but kicked that one out of bounds off his own knee, and New York will pick up the possession after the turnover. So New York catches a break there. Can they take advantage on the offensive end? With it on the outside is DeBusschere. He's going to try and get it inside to Rackley. They get it to Lucas, over to Rackley, and Rackley is smacked on the arm by Burwinkle. And Rackley will get one shot on the foul. Rackley connects. He's now got 6 points on the night, and the lead is 63-47. Chicago on offense now with Van Leer, working against Frazier. Looks to distribute. Sends it over to Sloan on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Sloan will try and take it into the lane. We've got a whistle, and Sloan walked with it. A little bit disjointed on that possession were the Bulls, as New York's tightened up the defense. And let's see if they can cut further into the lead. Here's Bradley with an open look from the perimeter. He's hit a couple of those. This one is no good. Jerry Lucas takes the offensive board for the Knicks. Lucas with the putback attempt. The turnaround jump shot is
Jerry
good.
Lucas.
That's 8 for Jerry Lucas. The lead is cut to 14. Can New York get another stop? Chicago looks inside to Love. He takes the shot from 10 feet out, and he scores it. And he is fouled on the play by
Love
DeBusschere.
scores from Borwinkle.
Another costly foul by Dave DeBusschere. That is his 4th. And Love will go to the line to shoot one, but not before the horn sounds, and Phil Jackson returns to action for New York. Love hits the free throw to complete the three-point play. He's now got 11 on the night, and the lead for Chicago is back up to 17. Just when you think the Knicks are starting to claw their way back. A bad foul by DeBusschere leads to a three-point play, and Chicago extends the lead. Knicks on offense. Frazier now looks to Bradley. Frazier gets it back. His jump shot is no good. Burwinkle with the rebound for the Bulls. And the Bulls are just going to walk it back the other way. No need to push the tempo with a big lead like this. Inside they go to Love. Love comes off the screen. He's got a big mismatch against Frazier. And Love slams it home.
From Borwinkle.
Boy, you talk about adding insult to injury. The interior screen got Love open, and Love just abused little Walt Frazier with that slam. That puts the lead up to 19, 68-49. 9 minutes to play here in the third. The pass goes to Frazier. Frazier's going to pull the trigger from the perimeter. Defended by Van Leer, and Van Leer picked his pocket. Van Leer snatched that away before Frazier could get the shot off. The struggles continue for Clyde the Glide. Chicago now looks to extend the lead to 20. Inside they go to Walker. Walker works it down low. Sends it back out to Sloan, and finally it's tipped away and stolen by Frazier. Frazier with the steal. New York on the break. Over to Jackson on the wing. Jackson drives the baseline, sends it cross court to Bradley. Bradley lays it up and cannot get it to go. Bradley missed the layup, and Chet Walker with the rebound for Chicago. My goodness, New York can't buy a basket here in this ball game. Here's Walker with a look from the baseline. Defended by Jackson. He leaves it short. And the rebound is taken by Jackson for New York. Back come the Knicks the other way. Here's Bradley with an open look with a mid-range jump shot. That falls off the rim, no good. Another rebound for Burwinkle. Chicago just continues to dominate the action here in the third as they look inside to Walker. Turnaround jump shot by Walker is no good. Rackley takes the rebound for New York. In transition, they find Jackson open on the block. Jackson steps around Walker, lays it up and good.
Phil Jackson from Lucas.
Finally, New York breaks the drought, but they still trail by 17. 7:37 to play in the third. Anyone know if Spike Lee is at the game? I don't know. There's somebody down in the front row, but he's got his head in his hands, and he hasn't been able to look up in the last 15 minutes. That could well be Spike Lee. 68-51 is your score. Yeah, Sloan has it down inside, looks back out to Van Leer. We've got a whistle, and Van Leer walked with it. Turnover for Chicago, ball back over to New York. Inside they go again to Jackson. Jackson was able to convert on his last opportunity. This time he sends the bounce pass down to Rackley. Rackley's shot is around the rim and off. Here's Lucas on the rebound for the Knicks. He pump fakes. He shoots and cannot get it to go, but he is fouled on the play by Walker. And that will be 2 free throws for Jerry Lucas. Lucas, a very good 79% free throw shooter, but he missed the first. Boy, everything that can possibly go wrong for the Knicks tonight has gone wrong. Foul trouble, missed free throws, turnovers. Lucas gets the second shot to go, and that cuts the lead to 16, 68-52. Chicago with the basketball. Here's Love on the perimeter. Looking inside to Walker on the entry pass. Walker in the low post works against Jackson. He tries to get it up, and he is fouled. They call that one on the floor against Jackson. So it will just be one shot for Chet Walker here. And he missed. Walker missed the free throw. Frazier comes out with the rebound for New York. 6:53 to play in the third. New York still trails by 16 as they get it to Lucas on the baseline. Lucas with the baseline jump shot is good.
Jerry Lucas, from Jackson.
That's 11 for Lucas, and the lead is cut back down to 14. 68-54 as Van Leer sets up the Bulls on offense. Looking inside to Walker. Walker works his way into the paint, shoots the follow-away, misses, but he is bumped and fouled by Lucas on the play, and that will send Chet Walker to the line for 2 free throws. And that's 3 on Lucas. Walker hits the first free throw. Walker hits them both. He's now got 20 points on the night for Chicago as they are back on top by 16. 70-54, under 6.5 to play in the third quarter. New York runs the offense inside again to Lucas. Lucas works it down into the low box. His short jump shot is good.
Jerry Lucas.
As Lucas has picked up the slack for New York, but they've got such a big deficit going here, they can't afford to just sit back and trade baskets. They need to pick it up on the defensive end as Chicago looks in down low to Love. Love turns around, steps through,
Love,
and jams it
from
home.
Walker.
That's 5 straight for Love. He's heating up. He's got 15 now. 72-56, midway through the third quarter. Back to the offense comes the Knicks. They get it to Jackson. Jackson wants to kick it back out to Bradley. Bradley from the outside with the perimeter jump shot. It rolls around and off. Rackley takes the offensive rebound for New York. Rackley with a putback attempt. The little fadeaway is no good. The rebound is kicked around out of bounds. Possession will go to Chicago. Bulls with the basketball, still up by 16, 72-56. As they run the offense down low to Love once again. Love out on the baseline. Love with the baseline jump shot, shoots and scores.
Love, from Borwinkle.
6 straight for Love. And Captain Carl makes a good point. Spike Lee is only 15 in 1972. Let's see, in 1972, I would have been 8. So Spike Lee is a little bit older than me. And it was really 72 when I first started to get into basketball after I watched the Olympic basketball team in the summer of 72. So this game would have been just at the very beginning of my understanding of the game of basketball. I knew who Jerry Lucas was because he came from Ohio State. And I knew, of course, John Havlicek, who was my mother's favorite basketball player, also a Buckeye. So I knew about Wilt Chamberlain and players like that, but a lot of these guys were less familiar. Here's a pass inside to Jerry Lucas, back to Frazier out on top. Frazier shoots and scores. Excuse me, that was Rackley on the follow who scored that one. And the lead is back to 16, 5 minutes and 7 seconds to play. Chicago content to just go back and forth with New York and let time go by here in the third. Once again, they go inside to Bob Love. Love has been the hot hand here in the third. Love kicks it out to Sloan for the outside jump shot. That's no good. Bradley takes the rebound for New York. Outside they go to Bradley. Bradley with an open look. And he left it short. He's missed 5 straight now, and Chet Walker with the rebound for Chicago. Bulls back the other way with Sloan. Sloan takes it into the lane, lobs it to Burwinkle. Burwinkle slams it home.
Burwinkle from Sloan.
That's a double-double for Burwinkle, 10 points, 13 rebounds. The lead is back up to 18. And we have an announcement from Tribe fan. Russell Westbrook just passed the Big O for career triple-doubles. And, I have mixed feelings about that. Certainly triple-doubles are not what they used to be. As guys are, more stat conscious now, I think, than they were back in the days of the Big O. Oscar Robertson, who was a tremendous player. That having been said, take nothing away from Russell Westbrook, because that guy is a warrior, and he brings it every night. You may not like his attitude, you may not like his style of play, but there is no doubt that Russell Westbrook plays hard every night, and I respect that. New York with the basketball, trailing now by 18, 76-58, as Frazier has it on the outside, working against Van Leer. Frazier's going to drive. He runs over Van Leer. No call this time. Frazier lays it up and good.
Clyde
and Van Leer
Bradley.
is furious. He wanted the call on that charge, but the refs swallowed their whistles on that play, and Frazier lays it home for the Knicks. 76-60. New York still trails. Chicago with the basketball. Burwinkle's got it down low, working against Rackley. Burwinkle, a productive night here. Steps around Rackley. His layup falls off the rim. And we have got a loose ball foul on Frazier. Oh my goodness gracious. There's number 4 on Frazier. But with under 4 to play here in the third quarter, it's time for the second units to return to action anyways. So that means Dean Memminger will return to the game, along with Dick Barnett. Actually, we'll bring Miles into the game, and we're going to be without a true small forward now, since DeBusschere is on the bench with foul trouble. So we'll leave Bradley out there for a few minutes, and when he gets to his point of fatigue, we'll replace him with Phil Jackson. For Chicago, it will be their usual second lineup of Bob Weiss, Jim King, Jackie Dinkins, Howard Porter, and the popular Clifford Ray inside. Oops, we got to put Jerry Sloan back in the game to shoot the free throw. If I had a nickel for every time I made that mistake, that would be a lot of nickels. As Sloan releases the free throw, it's good. He's got 4 points. Chicago on top now by 17, 77-60. And we'll see if the New York second unit can make a dent in that lead here in the last 4 minutes of play in the quarter. They look inside to Polk. Polk in the paint, has it stolen away by Porter. The stellar defense for Chicago continues, and the Bulls will walk it back the other way. On the outside with it is Sloan. He's going to look inside to Howard Porter. That draws a whistle, and a foul is called on Greg Fillmore from New York. That will send Porter to the line for 2 free throws. Porter misses the first. And the horn sounds, and Jim King will now enter the game to replace Jerry Sloan for the Bulls. Second shot by Porter is off the rim, no good. Tipped by Ray, no good. Eddie Miles comes out of there with it for New York. Chicago unable to convert from the free throw line. Here's Memminger lining it up from the outside, and he walked with it. Another turnover for the Knicks leads to another empty possession. Chicago regains possession with 3 minutes, 19 seconds to play in the third. Bulls with it on the outside. Tight defense by Eddie Mills. They can't get it to King. They send it to Ray, too far from the basket to do anything. He's going to try and get it inside to Jackie Dinkins in the paint. It's slapped away by Polk. Dinkins picks it up. Memminger knocks it away and steals it for New York. Pesky defense by the Knicks that time as they were all over the place. Here comes New York in transition. They find Polk down low. Memminger throws it behind him and out of play for another turnover. That is the 20th turnover on the night for the Knicks, and we're not even through 3 quarters of play. Red Holtzman cannot be happy with the play of his Knicks on this night as they trail by 17. Chicago with the basketball inside in the hands of Porter. Porter works it into the low post. His short jump shot is off the rim, no good. Pulled out of there for New York by Greg Fillmore. Back come the Knicks. They get it inside to Fillmore. Fillmore down low working against Clifford Ray. His 10-foot jump shot is short. Polk with the rebound for the Knicks, and he is fouled by Ray. And that will send Charlie Polk to the line for 1 free throw. Polk with his 10th rebound of the night cannot convert on the free throw. And that rebound is taken by Chicago by Jackie Dinkins. Things have quieted down here since the substitutes came into the game for both teams. Chicago continues to sit on a 17-point lead as they work it down low to Porter. Porter in the paint, tries to lay it up. Shot's blocked, but he is hit on the arm by Fillmore, and that is 5 on Fillmore. Oh my goodness, goodness gracious. What will the Knicks do now? Porter hits the free throw. And let's see if New York has anybody available. They do not. They're just going to let Fillmore ride it out. As Porter hits the second free throw. He's now got 9 points off the bench. And the lead is back to 19, 79-60. 19 points equals the biggest lead of the game for the Bulls. As it has been a miserable night for fans of the New York Knicks here in Madison Square Garden. Here's a missed shot by Memminger. And another rebound for Clifford Ray. That is his 10th. 10 rebounds for Ray, 13 rebounds for Boerwinkle, helping the Chicago cause. Inside they go again to Porter. Porter in the paint. His short jump shot is off the rim, no good. Another rebound for Clifford Ray. Ray with a putback attempt. Threw it away. Picked off by Bradley. Here's a 3-on-2 opportunity the other way for the Knicks. Memminger has Miles. He has Bradley. Miles dribbles it down the left side of the floor. Cross court to Bradley. Bradley lays it up, cannot get it to go. But he is fouled by King, and that will send Bradley to the free throw line. Bradley got off to a good start in the first half. Has been cold here in the second half. But he gets the first free throw to go. He's now got 12 points. Make it 13 as he hits both free throws. And with 1:40 to play in the third period, the lead is still 17 for Chicago. 79-62. Bulls with the lead and the basketball. Inside they go again to Porter. Been very busy down low tonight. This time his short jump shot is off the back rim, no good. Rebound taken by Fillmore for the Knicks. Knicks on offense, they swing it around to Bradley. Bradley's got an open look for the perimeter. It's off the glass, off the rim, and off iron. No good. Rebound taken by Bob Weiss for Chicago. Weiss brings the Bulls back. 1:06 to play in the quarter. Outside they go to Dinkins. Dinkins from the perimeter. Tries to get the cross-court pass over to King. It's knocked out of play, but Chicago will keep possession with 9 on the shot clock. The pass goes inside to Dinkins, out to Weiss. Weiss with the jump shot, no good. Tipped up by Ray. Ray somehow lands the offensive rebound. Ray with a putback attempt from short range. He cannot get the shot off. It's tipped away and stolen by Polk. New York wants to run the other way. They've not had a lot of luck doing this in the third quarter. Here's Charlie Polk with it in the open court. That's not going to end well. He sends it across court to Bradley, and Bradley lays it up and good.
Bill Bradley, from Polk.
15 points for Bradley. The lead for Chicago is 15 as we enter the final minute of play here in the third quarter. They get it inside to Dinkins. Dinkins works his way into the paint. Dinkins takes it to the basket, and we've got a whistle and a charge called on Dinkins. And boy, that was a rough play. Dinkins went to the spin move. Miles stepped into his path, and Dinkins hit Miles on the side of the head with an elbow. They're going to say that was inadvertent, but Miles went down hard, and he was stunned by that. As the chippiness continues in this series, this game has not been quite as contentious as the first three games of the series, but when there's a 15-point difference, that tends to kind of lower the adrenaline levels for both teams. Knicks set up on offense. Outside with it is Miles. Eddie Miles with a rare shot opportunity, and he misses it off to the left. Rebound taken for Chicago by Howard Porter. 25 seconds now in the quarter. We're down to 18 on the game clock, 16 on the shot clock. Chicago's going to have to come up with a shot attempt here. King's got a good look from the perimeter, and King has it roll around and off. The rebound is tipped out of bounds, and possession goes over to New York. 15 seconds now on the game clock in the third quarter. The shot clock has been turned off, and New York will hold for the final shot of the period. They get it inside to Fillmore. His jump hook is off the rim, no good. And at the end of the third quarter, it is a 15-point lead for the Bulls, 79-64. Really a quiet third quarter for both teams, only 20 points each, as the momentum of this game has slowed to a crawl. Walker leads all scorers with 20, Love with 17. Bill Bradley leads the Knicks with 15. It was a big quarter for Love with 11 points to help Chicago maintain this big lead. Lucas led New York with 7. All right, to the fourth quarter we go. We'll see if New York has one last run in them to get back into this game, or if they're just going to limp to the finish line here and try and regroup before Game 5 in Chicago. Quick drink of some Diet A&W root beer. As we start off the fourth quarter with the second units on the floor for both teams. We'll bring Philip Jackson back into the game to give Bradley a rest. As play will continue. The ref tosses the ball into the air, and the jump is taken by Chicago. Inside they go to Porter. Porter been very active on the inside here tonight. Shoots the fall away and scores it. Porter to get the fourth quarter underway with his 11th point of the night. The lead is back to 17. New York back on the offense. They're running a 1-4 set. Paul with it on the outside. Trying to dump it inside to Jackson on the low block. Jackson with a good look from the inside, but cannot get it to fall. And the rebound taken out of there for Chicago by Clifford Ray. Bulls with the basketball, leading by 17. The pass goes to Weiss at the top of the key. His jump shot is not even close. Out of bounds, basketball over to New York. The fans letting him know about the poor quality of that shot, as Tribe Fan is going to head off and film a Seaver game. Take care, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, Tribe Fan, and making this a part of your Monday night. And honestly, the way that this game is going, I hope your Seaver game is more interesting than this one. As New York with the basketball now still trailing by 17. Inside they go this time to Polk. Polk working down low against Porter. Pump fakes, shoots, off the back iron, no good. Polk gets his own rebound, and we have got a loose ball foul on the rebound and that is going to go against Chicago, against Clifford Ray. That will be one free throw for Greg Fillmore. And boy, he's got a 33% free throw percentage. That's about the worst I've seen. That's even worse than Chamberlain. And Fillmore shoots that free throw very badly off the back of the rim. Rebound for Chicago taken by Howard Porter. Chicago walks the ball back the other way in the hands of Weiss. Weiss looks inside to Jackie Dinkins, working his way into the paint, banging bodies with Phil Jackson. And that's a 3-second violation. Ball goes back over to New York. Nothing happening here. If New York can get it down to about a 10-point game, they might make a run at it here down the stretch. But they have just shown no signs of life whatsoever on the offensive end. Here's Eddie Miles with it on the outside. Let's see if they can get something out of Miles. He tries to bounce it into Fillmore in the low block. Awful pass picked off by King. That's another turnover. This has been a sloppy game. Both teams over 20 turnovers on the game now. Chicago with the basketball, working it around the perimeter. They get it into the hands of Dinkins. Dinkins wants to find Porter. Porter taking care of the ball inside, guarded by Paul. Porter with the pump fake, misses the shot, but he's fouled by Jackson, and it will be Howard Porter going to the free throw line. Foul totals building up for both teams here as well. Porter hits the first free throw. He's now got 12 on the night. Porter missed the second, but the rebound is tipped around, and he goes back out to Porter for a fresh 24. Porter steps into the lane, puts up the little teardrop, and he scores that one. That's a three-point play the hard way for Howard Porter, and that puts Chicago on top now by 20. And frankly, this game has just been embarrassing for New York and all of their collective fan base. Here's Meminger on the outside, wants to get into the lane. Comes off the screen from Fillmore. He gets knocked down, and he is fouled by Porter. That will just be a one-shot free throw opportunity for Dean Meminger. Also a mediocre free thrower in his own right. But he gets the free throw to go. That's his first point of the night. And that cuts the lead all the way down to 19. And there was much rejoicing. Chicago with the basketball. 10-18 to play now. As the New York fans make one last beer run before they close the concession stands. Inside they go to Dinkins. Dinkins working inside against Jackson. And Dinkins traveled. As the sloppy play continues. Open for New York on the other end is Fillmore. Trailing by 19. They can't get the ball into Fillmore. Finally they get it to him. He backs in. His turnaround jump shot is too strong. And Clifford Ray with another rebound for Chicago. That is his 14th. Chicago walks it back down the floor. Still leading comfortably, 84-65, under 10 minutes to play in the game. Weiss sets up the offense. They send it inside to Porter, back out to Weiss. Weiss with an open look from the free throw line. He's got to hurry as the shot clock is winding down, and he didn't get it off. Yet another turnover as the sloppiness continues on both ends of the court. Action continues with the Knicks in possession. Meminger from the outside working against Dinkins. Tries to drive. Comes off the screen. Gets into the paint, lays it up and good.
The Dream.
First field goal by Dean the Dream Meminger. He's got 3 points on the night, and the lead is down to 84-67. Chicago's still up 17. Because they're content to run clock and trade baskets. Inside they look to Porter. Porter from the low post. His running one-hander is no good. Clifford Ray takes the offensive rebound. Ray with a putback attempt. He is fouled by Meminger. They call that one on the floor, so it'll just be one shot for Clifford Ray. And it's off iron, no good. Paul takes the rebound for New York. Knicks with the basketball now as we hit the 9-minute mark. Memminger brings it into the front court. Looks down low to Polk. Polk on the inside, shoots the leaner, off the glass and good.
Charlie Polk, from Memminger.
8 points now for Charlie Polk to go with 12 rebounds, and the lead is cut to 15. Chicago still plenty of breathing room here. But they are going to call a timeout as the offense looks to be kind of messy. And with 8:48 to play, we're going to bring in the first units for both teams. Enter the starters, Luther Rackley. All 10 starters back into the game for the stretch run with 8:48 to play. Chicago with the basketball, still leading by 15. New York's cut a few points off the lead here. But the Bulls want to finish this one out strong and head back to Chicago for a Game 5. Inside they go to Love. 4 on the shot clock. Love backs down, turns, shoots, and travel. Kind of rushed that one a little bit as New York regains possession. It's been a frustrating night for Walt Frazier. He sets up the offense and sends the ball over to Bradley on the perimeter. Bradley's been streaky tonight. He takes it into the hoop. He has it knocked away and out of bounds. And possession goes back over to Chicago as Bradley turns it over. That didn't help the Knicks' cause. Chicago will have another 24 seconds to burn on the offensive end as they get it to Sloan on the perimeter. What's Sloan going to do? He doesn't have very many good options. He's going to put the ball on the floor. Drives to his right, takes it into the lane, lays it up and good.
Sloan.
My goodness, the New York Knicks defense performed as poorly as their offense did on that possession. As Jerry Sloan gets the easy layup, the lead is stretched back out to 86-69, under 8 minutes to play. Here's an open look for Bradley from the perimeter. He can't get that one to drop. Rebound taken by Bob Love for Chicago. Bulls are going to walk it back the other way. As they continue to nurse the big lead, Van Leer takes the ball into the front court, swings it around to Sloan. 17 on the shot clock. Sloan sends it in down low to Love. Love works his way into the paint. His short-range jump shot is good.
Love.
That's 7 in a row for Love. He's got 19 on the night. And that puts Chicago out back on top by 19. 88-79, 7 minutes, 15 seconds to play. Inside they go to Rackley, do the Knicks. His little layup is off the glass and good.
Luther Rackley, from Bradley.
And that's 10 points for Luther Rackley. But that's not nearly enough with the struggles that two of their key players, Frazier and DeBusschere, have experienced here tonight. Chicago still leads by 17. Here's an ill-advised pass by Van Leer, stolen away by DeBusschere. The Knicks want to run. They've got numbers in transition. It's 3-on-2. Bradley down the left wing. Cross court to DeBusschere. DeBusschere takes it into the lane, but he missed the layup. It rattles out, and Van Leer takes the rebound for Chicago. The struggles continue for Dave DeBusschere and for the New York Knicks. Here come the Bulls. The ball's in the hands of Sloan. He hands it to Van Leer. 15 on the shot clock. Van Leer looks to distribute. He finds Love on the perimeter. Love's going to pull the trigger from the baseline, but he couldn't get the shot off in time. That is a violation. Chicago maybe a little too leisurely on that possession, but nothing to stress about. They still lead by 17 with now under 6.5 minutes to play in this one. Here's Lucas on the outside. He's got an open look at a baseline jump shot, and he buries it.
Jerry Lucas.
Nice looking shot there by Lucas. He's got 15. Back the other way come the Bulls. Van Leer looks to distribute, finds Sloan on the perimeter. Sloan takes it into the lane, pump fakes, drives, shoots, and did not get it off in time. Another shot clock violation for the Bulls as New York continues to slowly try and climb back into this one, but they still trail by 15, and we're under 6 minutes to play. Here's an open look on the outside for Bradley. Bradley pulls the trigger and left it short. Chet Walker with the rebound for Chicago. Another missed opportunity for the Knicks. As Chicago regains possession, inside they go to Sloan. Sloan is going to look down to Love in the low block. Love rolls to the basket. His shot from the low post is around and out, no good. Rebound taken by Lucas. Here's a 3-on-1 break for the Knicks going the other way. The outlet to Frazier. Frazier sends it to Lucas. Lucas back to Frazier. Frazier drives to his left, lays it up and
Walt
good.
Frazier from Lucas.
Finally, some signs of life from Frazier. And from the Knicks, they pulled to within 13. Still 5 minutes to play. But this may be too little too late. New York sends it inside to Walker. And he is fouled on the reach in by DeBusschere. That is number 5 on DeBusschere. That sends Chet Walker to the line for one. He misses it. And Jerry Lucas takes the rebound for New York. Things are tightening up a little here in New York in Madison Square Garden as the fans start to stomp their feet. Trying to get back into this one as Frazier brings the ball up. Looks to Bradley on the perimeter. Bradley's been cold in this fourth quarter, but he comes off the screen. Cannot get the jump shot to go. But Frazier sneaks in for the offensive rebound and sends it back out for another opportunity. Here's Luther Rackley open on the low block. As Frazier gets the pass to him, Rackley rises up and scores from the baseline. And the lead is cut to 11. This game is tightening up here down the stretch. Chicago needs to make something happen offensively to stem the tide. Open on the baseline is Walker. He's guarded by Lucas. He leaves the jump shot short, but we've got a whistle on the play and a foul against Lucas. That is his fourth, and the fourth on the Knicks as a team. And that will send Chet Walker to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Walker hits the first. They needed that one. Walker hits them both. And that puts the lead back to 13. New York fans still imploring their Knicks to continue on the comeback trail. They've cut a 20-point lead down as low as 11. Here's a quick jump shot by Frazier. That's no good. Lucas takes the board off the offensive glass. Lucas pump fakes. His putback attempt is good.
Jerry Lucas.
Jerry Lucas heating up for New York. The lead is cut to 11. Chicago trying to quench this rally. And the clock will not run fast enough for the Bulls faithful. Dick Motta on the bench imploring his team, take care of the basketball. Look for the good shot. Inside they go to Love. He's got it in down low. He shoots, he scores.
Love from Van Lier.
Excellent pass from the perimeter from Norm Van Lier. And Love converts for his 21st point of the night. We said at the outset it was going to be up to Walker and Love. They have 22 and 21 respectively. Yeah, Chicago is trying to close this one out. 3.5 to play now. The lead stands at 13. Here's Frazier. Frazier goes on the attack. Comes off the pick from DeBusschere. Sends it out to Bradley. And it is behind Bradley and out of bounds for yet another turnover. The struggles continue for the Knicks. As Chicago takes control, under 3.5 to play, the lead is 13. Love's got an open look from the baseline this time. And he nails another one.
Love from Van Lier.
Another assist to Van Lier. Another basket for Love. And the lead is back up to 15, 94-79, right where we started the fourth quarter. And right where we started the second half. As Chicago fans breathe a little bit easier. Lucas from the outside pulls the trigger from the baseline. He missed that one. Not by much. That one looked like it was good coming out of his hand, but it just fell off the rim and out. and Burwinkle with another rebound for Chicago. The Bulls bring it up slowly, content to run some clock here. Van Leer sends it over to Walker on the baseline, 12 on the shot clock. Walker with the baseline jump shot. Over 2 defenders is off the iron, no good, and Frazier takes the rebound for New York. Quickly, the Bulls retreat back on defense. There will be no fast break opportunity. Frazier brings it up and sends it to Bradley on the perimeter. The open man down low is Rackley. Rackley gets it on the inside. His short jump shot is
Luther
good.
Rackley from Lucas.
Nice game tonight for Luther Rackley, 14.7 rebounds. And the lead is cut to 13, but we're under 2.5 to play. Chicago content to burn some clock. They get it in the hands of Van Leer. 6 on the shot clock. Van Leer looks inside to Love. Love comes off the screen, gets open, has it knocked away out of bounds. Chicago retains possession, but they've only got 2 seconds on the shot clock. But the game clock is down to 2:03. Chicago's going to need to work quickly here to make something happen. They dump it down inside to Sloan. Sloan with the layup, it's no good. Swatted out of there by Bradley. Rebounded by Rackley for New York. The lead is 13. There's 2 minutes to play. Frazier brings the ball up and looks quickly inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere in the low post over Walker shoots and scores. And he is fouled on the play by Walker.
Scores.
DeBusschere with a 3-point shot opportunity here. And he can pull this to a 10-point game if he hits the free throw. And it rolls out. Rebound Burwinkle. Minute 47 to play now. Chicago still leads by 11. Van Leer brings it up slowly, bounces it to Sloan. 17 on the shot clock. The pass goes down low to Burwinkle. Burwinkle works inside against Rackley. Turns and shoots. Off the front rim, no good. Lucas takes the rebound for New York. Under a minute and a half to play. I don't think the Knicks have enough time to complete this comeback. Frazier quickly brings it into the front court. Sends it to Lucas on the low block. Lucas works inside by Burwinkle. Burwinkle stole it. Tipped away and stolen by Burwinkle. And that could well be your dagger. As Chicago brings it up slowly. Burning some clock. We're under a minute to play. The lead is 11. Van Leer from out on top. Shovels it to Sloan at the top of the key. The shot by Sloan is no good, and Rackley takes the rebound for New York. New York wants to run the other way. It's 3-on-3. The quick outlet to Frazier. Frazier down the center of the court. Good hustle back on defense by Chicago, and Bradley throws it away. Rackley is going to be replaced by Charlie Paulk for the final minute of play here, as Rackley is just beyond exhaustion. Chicago is going to finish this one out the last 44 seconds with their starting unit. They're going to burn some clock here. And with 10 on the shot clock, they're going to send it down low to Love. Love down on the low block. Does not take the shot. And that is a 24-second shot clock violation. But there's only 20 seconds left on the game clock. As action continues for New York, and that they're just going to dribble it out. That is your ball game. So really a very sluggish second half, as Chicago outscored, New York outscored Chicago 39-35 in the second half. But after that disastrous second quarter, the outcome of this one was never really in question. Chicago is your winner, 94-83. Thank you to those who hung around for this mess of a ball game. Your final leading scorer was actually Bob Love. After a nearly scoreless first half, Love came on in the second half to lead all scorers with 23 points. 22 for Chet Walker. Most of his came in the first half. 14 points off the bench for Howard Porter really helped the cause for the Bulls. For New York, there really is very little good news. They shot under 40% for the night and turned the ball over 25 times. Lucas with 17 points, 10 rebounds was the lone bright spot for the Knicks. As Frazier with only 9 points on the game, 4 of 10 shooting and 5 turnovers. DeBusschere in foul trouble throughout the night. Managed only 6 points and 1 rebound. And that is your final score. Chicago 94, New York 83. That will set up the decisive Game 5 in Chicago. And that game will be on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network on Friday night. Until then, thank you to Captain Carl 8, Al Red Sox fan, Tribe fan 879, Zalapsky Smurf making his debut appearance in the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. D. Scott Howard stopped by. Great to see you, sir. Brandon Baker, thank you to everybody who came out for tonight's broadcast. And from the Dave Cave, this is Dave Little signing off on behalf of the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. That's our stream, and I am out of here.